Did you know that today marks exactly 1 year until 50 Shades of Grey will be released in theaters? While we still await a cast, the book and soon-to-be movie are already on everybody's lips, and we here at POPSUGAR are certainly no exception. So, from our obsession with who will ultimately take on the role of Christian Grey to a rise in sales of sex toys, we are looking at how this book has changed the way people think and talk about sex. Is entertainment editor Lindsay Miller.
Hey.
Hello, good day to be on the show.
Of course.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, so this book has really increased and amped up our interest in hot Hollywood men because everyone wants to know who's going to take the role of Christian Grey.
Yeah.
And it seems like every other day there's a new rumor.
There is. You're right about that. But, you know, when Sam Taylor Wood was announced to be directing the film, I think a lot of people assumed maybe her husband, Aaron Taylor Johnson, was a shoo-in for the role.
Makes sense.
But here's what he told us at Comic-Con about that.
You know what? That movie is all about casting, you know, and I really don't fit the bill for Christian Grey. And I'm super excited for her. I'm thrilled, man. I think she can do a brilliant job, and I'm lucky, you know, it's lucky that they got someone with such a great vision as well. I'm happy.
And of course, fans got kind of excited too when they saw Robert Pattinson at a party with the author E.L. James.
Yeah, that was a big one for a while.
Yeah, especially because, as most people know, this book kind of originated from Twilight fan fiction, but we don't think anything's going to really happen there.
Yeah,
gotta be honest.
Like that one's kind of fizzled out. Okay, and what else?
The latest was that Garrett Hedlund turned down the movies because he thought the trilogy was just too much of a commitment to sign on to. You know, Ian Somerhalder's talked about the role. Matt Bomer is a really popular fanfic. Basically, any hot man in Hollywood has been the subject of some speculation. And then when it comes to the women, you know, people have talked about Kristen Stewart, Emma Watson, Mila Kunis. The list just goes on and on.
Yeah, anyone who has walked the planet has basically been talked about as starring in this movie.
There you go.
Okay, so something that people started to talk about when this book came out was actually sex toys, and they started to use them, Lindsay Miller.
Well, if they did, please don't wave them in my face.
Sorry. No, these are not used. These are just props at this point.
Okay.
I mean, ties, we're talking handcuffs here. All of this is in the book, and sales have actually increased.
Well, in a really smart move, let's talk about E.L. James working with sex toy designers to come up with a 50 Shades branded line. Very good thinking.
Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah, allegedly the Love Balls, which are referenced in the book, sold 6,000 units in one day.
That's quite the name.
Yeah, and since the book came out, the UK has reportedly seen a quadruple increase in the sales of sex toys. So clearly this has kind of broken some barriers for people.
I believe it, and I'm sure a lot of people, you know, like you can't...
Do you have the keys for this?
I do have the key.
Okay.
I have the key right here.
Just making sure.
Now, it would be funny if I locked you in, and then we're stuck for the rest of the show like that.
Not so funny.
So another thing is that there's been people getting injured because they're probably stuck in this because they're trying to reenact scenes from the book. Yeah,
well, it is interesting. There have been some injuries and general mishaps that have been anecdotally attributed to the book. I know that in London, the fire brigade said that they saw an increase in handcuff-related incidents.
Yes, right here.
And one of the brigade chiefs actually blamed it directly on the book. And I think people are also kind of drawing some comparisons to sort of art imitating life cases. There was a case in New York City where this couple that apparently had a sort of, you know, master-slave sex relationship like the one in the book got into this huge argument. They got arrested, and of course the newspapers just ran with the 50 Shades headline on that story, as you can imagine.
Yeah, the important message is do not try these tricks at home without the proper safety equipment. I don't know.
Classes? I don't know. Yes.
Are there classes on this? I'm sure there's 50 Shades of Grey classes out there now.
You never know.
Okay, so no one can deny also that the entertainment that comes along with this book comes from reading it aloud many times.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of our favorite stars show kind of more of a sultry side of themselves.
We have. Yeah, a lot of people have read passages from the book out loud, from Kate Moss to Zach Galifianakis. And let's take a look at some of those, starting with one that Kristen Stewart gave to MTV.
Oh, the possibilities. I can't believe I'm doing this. My inner goddess roars. And from somewhere born of frustration, need, and sheer steel bravery, I push him on the bed. Oh, wow.
I push him onto the bed. He laughs as he falls, and I gaze down at him feeling victorious. My inner goddess is going to explode. I yank off his shoes. You asked me to read this, I read it my way.
I feel the cool, smooth, tiled wall at my back and the chill of the ceramic. Tentatively, I place my arms on his upper arms and he groans as I squeeze tightly.
Oh! Kate Moss, everybody! I don't think you're clean enough now, he murmurs. And he stops.
Because I have other plans for you, Anastasia.
What? No, 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 no. My breathing is ragged.
Turn around. I need washing too.
Well, I don't think you should use a spatula for that. If you go to Anastasia's house, don't eat the pancakes, everybody. Do not eat the pancakes! I'm a bad girl. Oh, yeah. Bad girl. No, oh, I like it. No. Oh, so hard.
I don't think anybody does it better than Ellen. Okay,
Great
so
delivery.
I think we should join in on the fun.
Why
right
not?
Here. I think POPSUGAR needs to get involved in this.
Let's do
and
it.
what do you say you and I go tit for tat?
Okay.
On reading some, what would you call them?
Sexy, ridiculous, just really across the board
Little
passages.
sexy, little ridiculous
A lot of
passages.
both sometimes,
All right,
yes.
so let's just change the mood out here. Can we get a little
Bring the lights
romantic?
down a little bit.
All right, good. I think this is more
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
realistic.
Okay.
You go first, Lindsay.
I will, thank you. Why is anyone the way they are? That's kind of hard to answer. Why do some people like cheese and other people hate it? Do you like cheese? I love that one. Not particularly sexy.
Is that really in the book?
It is.
Okay, here we go. I don't remember reading about nipple clamps in the Bible.
Got to read between the lines, Matthew.
That was a little dramatic. It could have been. I don't remember reading about nipple clamps in the Bible. I could have done a little more.
That's all right.
Okay.
They catch you off guard sometimes. Okay. My inner goddess is doing the merengue with some salsa moves. Lots of inner goddess references in this book. That's one of my favorites, though.
That's a good one. Where is your inner goddess right now? Okay. I'm losing all sense of self. Every atom of my being concentrating hard on that small, potent powerhouse at the apex of my thighs.
HR, anyone?
Yeah, I know. I'm
please?
going to get fired after reading this.
Okay.
One more. Here we go. Come
All
on,
right.
bring it home.
I got to
Miller.
top you on this. Okay. My subconscious purses her lips and mouths the word ho. I ignore her.
Do not listen
That's
to your
also a classic
subconscious
line.
if she's calling you a
All
hoe.
right, this is your last
All right.
one.
Ms. Steele, you are not... Get out of here with this thing. Okay, let me start over. Ms. Steele, you are not just a pretty face. You've had 6 orgasms so far, and all of them belong to me.
Sounds like a threat.
All of them. Oh, my God.
Wow, it's really endlessly entertaining.
EL, you know how to do it. You know how to make some good quotes. All right, well, thank you, Lindsay Miller.
And thank you.
Goodbye. It was so
Thank
much
you.
fun.